Have you ever wondered if aging is something to fear or something to celebrate? As the years pass, it's easy to get caught up in society's idea that growing older is all about wrinkles, gray hair, and slowing down. But in reality, aging gracefully is about uncovering the deeper joys, wisdom, and freedom that come with each new chapter of life. In this video, we're diving into the empowering truth behind getting older, how to embrace your true self, find strength in vulnerability, and savor the beauty of slowing down. Whether you're already on this journey or just starting to reflect on what it means to age gracefully, you won't want to miss this. If you haven't yet subscribed, I highly recommend doing so and activating the notification bell to ensure you never miss a video. Your support means a lot to me as we continue to grow our community and reach more people with our content. If you enjoy the topic of this video, please leave a comment with the number 1. If it's not quite your cup of tea, drop a 0 in the comments. Your feedback is crucial in helping me create content that better serves you. Let's get started. 1. Embracing who you are. There is an unmistakable beauty in growing older, a beauty that lies not in physical perfection but in the deep sense of freedom that comes from embracing who you are, wholly and unapologetically. One of the most transformative aspects of aging is the slow yet powerful unraveling of self-acceptance that reveals itself over time. When you are young, it's easy to get caught in the web of societal expectations, constantly striving to fit into a world that demands perfection, approval, and validation from others. You might have spent hours, days, or even years doubting yourself, worrying whether you were enough, whether you were successful enough, attractive enough, or simply worthy enough. It's a heavy burden to carry. But as the years pass and the seasons of life change, something remarkable happens. A quiet, almost imperceptible shift occurs within you. The relentless need to fit in, to be seen through the eyes of others, begins to dissolve. You start to realize that what others think of you, the opinions that once seemed so important, lose their grip on your heart and mind. They become like distant echoes fading into the background. What matters now is how you see yourself. There's a profound sense of liberation in this realization, as if the weight of the world, a weight you didn't even fully recognize you were carrying, suddenly lifts off your shoulders. You begin to stand taller, to move with a sense of purpose, and to live in the fullness of your truth with a confidence that radiates from within. Take a moment to reflect on the incredible distance you've traveled on this journey of self-discovery. Think about those moments in your 20s when insecurity and uncertainty seemed to shadow your every step. Or do you remember how desperately you sought approval in your 30s? How you felt the invisible pull of conformity, nudging you to live by standards that were not your own. Perhaps you felt pressure to succeed in ways that didn't align with your values, or to present yourself in a way that masked your true nature. Those years, though difficult, were not wasted. They were the stepping stones that led you to the wisdom you now carry. As you step into your 40s, 50s, and beyond, you begin to see those once daunting fears and anxieties for what they truly were, lessons in disguise. The insecurities that once consumed you have given way to a deeper understanding of yourself. You've outgrown the need for external validation because you finally arrived at the realization that you, just as you are enough. There's a quiet power in knowing your worth, in recognizing that your value is not determined by what others see, but by the love and respect you have cultivated for yourself. And it's not just your mind that has come to embrace this newfound acceptance. Your relationship with your body has transformed as well. Society, with its unrelenting focus on youth and superficial beauty, tries to convince us that aging is something to be feared, something to hide or battle against. But nothing could be further from the truth. Every wrinkle, every laugh line, every silver strand of hair is not a sign of decline, but a living, breathing testament to the life you have lived. Your body, far from being an enemy, is a map that tells the story of your journey. It carries the marks of every victory, every hardship, every joyful moment, and every lesson learned along the way. When you look in the mirror and see those visible signs of aging, know that they are symbols of the depth and richness of your experiences. Each line etched into your skin holds a memory of laughter shared with loved ones, of tears shed in moments of pain, of quiet nights spent in contemplation, and of days filled with adventure. Your body is a masterpiece in progress, constantly evolving, telling the story of who you are. And as you grow older, you're not simply growing, you are becoming more of who you were always meant to be. The layers of societal expectations peel away, and what remains is the core of your true self, strong, resilient, wise, and deeply beautiful in ways that transcend mere physical appearance. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that led to me. Aging, then, is not something to resist or dread, but something to embrace with open arms and an open heart. It is a process of becoming, a journey toward the fullest expression of your authentic self. It is a celebration of life in all its complexity, all its beauty, and all its imperfection. You are not just surviving the passage of time, you are thriving within it, growing richer, deeper, and more aligned with the person you were always destined to be. And that, my dear, is something that deserves to be celebrated, cherished, and honored every single day. So stand tall in the knowledge that you are enough, just as you are. Walk in your truth, knowing that each step you take is one of grace, strength, and wisdom. You are not defined by the opinions of others, by societal expectations, or by the outward signs of aging. You are defined by the love you carry for yourself, by the lessons you've learned, and by the beautiful life you are continuing to create. Embrace every moment of this journey, for you are exactly where you are meant to be, and that is a place of true freedom, peace, and joy. 2. The gift of perspective. With every passing year, life gifts us something truly invaluable: perspective. It's a kind of vision that cannot be rushed or bought. It's earned through the countless moments, experiences, and even hardships that shape our journey. Remember those days in your youth when everything seemed so urgent, so critical. The things that once kept you awake at night, the fears that gripped you, the doubts that seemed insurmountable, they all loomed large back then. At the time, those worries felt like the very center of your universe, didn't they? Yet now, looking back, it's almost astonishing how many of those anxieties have melted away, like fog lifting under the warm morning sun. What seemed monumental at the time now feels small, perhaps even trivial, and the challenges that did hold significance, they became the very crucible in which your growth and wisdom were forged. This gift of perspective is like a hidden strength, a quiet superpower that emerges with age. It's something you didn't even know you were developing, but it's there nonetheless, waiting to guide you through life with a sense of calm and clarity that youth often lacks. When you were younger, a difficult day at work could feel like the sky was falling, or a disagreement with a close friend might have spiraled into sleepless nights filled with overthinking and heartache. But now, with years of lived experience behind you, you see the bigger picture. You understand that no single moment defines your entire story. Life's challenges, while still difficult, no longer have the same overwhelming power. You've learned that every storm eventually passes, and what remains are the valuable lessons that each challenge brings. This perspective acts as a compass, helping you navigate life's ups and downs with grace. It teaches you that difficulties are temporary, and they are often the very things that shape your resilience. In your younger years, it's easy to get caught up in the immediacy of life. The highs feel exhilarating, and the lows feel unbearable. But with time, you develop the ability to rise above the moment, to step back, and to see the broader landscape of your life unfolding before you. This shift in vision grants you a peace that's hard to come by in your earlier years, a peace born from the knowledge that you can handle whatever comes knowledge. Much more importantly, this newfound perspective allows you to recalibrate your priorities. What once seemed important, the relentless pursuit of career success, the chase for material possessions, begins to fade in significance. Instead, you start to focus on what truly brings meaning and fulfillment. Relationships take on a new importance, not just the surface-level connections, but the deep, meaningful bonds that nourish your soul. Health, both mental and physical, becomes a priority as you realize that without it, none of the external achievements matter. And personal fulfillment, whether it's through a creative passion, spiritual growth, or simply finding joy in the present moment, becomes the anchor that grounds your life. It's as if you're seeing the world through a different lens now, one that filters out the noise and distractions, leaving only what truly matters in sharp focus. Gone are the days of chasing after the next promotion, the latest gadget, or society's ever-changing standards of success. You realize that the joy of spending time with loved ones far outweighs the fleeting pleasure of acquiring the newest material possessions. The satisfaction of pursuing a passion project, not for recognition or accolades, but simply for the love of it, brings a kind of happiness that external achievements never could. You begin to savor these moments of real connection and fulfillment, understanding that they are the true markers of a life well lived. Think about the simple joys you now cherish: the warmth of a loved one's laughter, the quiet contentment of a peaceful evening spent doing something you love, and the satisfaction that comes from helping someone else without expecting anything in return. These moments are the heartbeat of life, and as you grow older, you gain the wisdom to appreciate them fully. You no longer rush past these experiences in pursuit of the next milestone. Instead, you linger in them, knowing they are the essence of what makes life rich and meaningful. This shift in focus also brings with it a deeper sense of contentment. You no longer feel the constant pull of external pressures. You've let go of the need to prove yourself, to keep up with others, or to meet unrealistic expectations. Instead, you've learned to embrace the present moment, to find joy in the here and now. And in doing so, you've discovered a sense of peace that eluded you in your younger years, a peace that comes from knowing who you are, what matters to you, and what you are willing to let go of. So, as the years unfold, you can see that this gift of perspective is perhaps one of the most valuable treasures life has to offer. It brings with it not only clarity and resilience, but also a profound sense of joy and contentment. You have learned to live more deeply, to love more fully, and to embrace the richness of each passing moment. And that, truly, is the essence of a life well lived. 3. The strength of vulnerability. One of the most beautiful, yet often surprising, revelations that comes with age is the growing comfort in being vulnerable. There's a certain liberation that blossoms when you realize that no one has it all figured out. And more importantly, they don't need to. With each passing year, you gain the wisdom to understand that vulnerability is not a flaw, but rather a profound strength, one that connects us to others in ways that are deep, meaningful, and true to our shared humanity. It's an evolution of the soul that happens slowly and quietly as you live through both the joy and the hardships of life. When we're younger, there's often an unspoken pressure to keep up appearances, to mask our insecurities and fears behind a facade of invulnerability. We try to present ourselves as strong, composed, and successful at all times. Perhaps you remember the weight of those expectations, the need to always appear in control, to avoid revealing any cracks in the armor. Vulnerability, back then, may have felt like a weakness, something to hide at all costs. But as you grow older, a subtle but powerful shift occurs. You begin to understand that it's in those cracks, in those raw and imperfect places, where the true beauty of being human is found. Our vulnerabilities are the very things that make us real, relatable, and, most importantly, connected. It's through the moments of admitting our struggles, fears, and uncertainties that we open the door to genuine connection with others. When you allow yourself to be seen, not just the polished version of you, but the whole, messy, and imperfect person you truly are, you invite others to do the same. This honesty and openness deepen relationships, creating bonds that go beyond the superficial. Vulnerability becomes a bridge that brings people closer, allowing them to see themselves in your experiences and to feel less alone in their journeys. Think back to the times when you've reached out to someone in need, or when you've bravely shared your struggles with a friend who was going through a fray. Those exchanges, those raw, heartfelt moments, are often the most meaningful connections we experience in life. They strip away the pretense and reveal the core of our shared humanity. As we age, we come to realize that these moments of vulnerability, far from being moments of weakness, are actually where the deepest strength lies. They reveal a kind of courage that is quiet but unwavering, the courage to be real, to be honest, and to be open, even when it's uncomfortable. With age comes a growing comfort in this openness. You become less concerned with the judgments of others and more focused on living authentically. There's a wisdom in understanding that pretending to have it all together serves no one, not you, and certainly not those around you. Your vulnerability often permits others to be vulnerable too, creating an environment where true connection and understanding can flourish. It's a beautiful paradox. The more you allow yourself to be seen as imperfect, the more strength and resilience you discover within yourself. You begin to embrace the truth that it's okay to not have all the answers, to ask for help, and to lean on others when you need to. There's a profound sense of freedom in letting go of the need to be perfect. As you age, you realize that perfection is not only unattainable but unnecessary. The pressure to meet unrealistic standards begins to fade, and in its place grows a quiet confidence in simply being who you are. This shift is liberating. It allows you to live more authentically, without the constant fear of judgment or failure. You start to see that making mistakes, experiencing setbacks, and facing challenges are all part of the journey, not indicators of inadequacy. It's often through those very mistakes and challenges that we learn the most, grow the strongest, and develop the deepest compassion for ourselves and others. If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Consider how different life feels when you release the heavy burden of perfectionism. When you no longer feel the need to project an image of having it all together, you open up space for real, genuine experiences. You can admit when you don't know something, when you're struggling, or when you need support. And in doing so, you allow others to meet you where you are with kindness, empathy, and understanding. This kind of authenticity creates deeper, more fulfilling relationships because they're built on truth, not appearances. As you embrace your vulnerability, you also develop a greater capacity for compassion both for yourself and for others. You begin to see that everyone is carrying their burdens, their fears, and insecurities, even if they don't show it. This realization fosters a sense of connection and empathy that can transform your relationships. You start to approach others with more understanding and patience, knowing that we are all, in our ways, navigating the complexities of life. In the end, the strength of vulnerability is about more than just being open about your struggles. It's about embracing your full humanity. It's about recognizing that your worth is not tied to your ability to be perfect or invincible, but to your ability to show up authentically and courageously as you are. This realization is one of the greatest gifts of aging. It allows you to live more fully, love more deeply, and connect more profoundly with those around you. So, as the years unfold, may you continue to embrace the strength that comes with vulnerability. May you find freedom in letting go of the need to be perfect, and may you discover the deep joy that comes from living in truth, embracing your imperfections, and allowing yourself to be seen just as you are. 4. The beauty of slowing down. In a world that seems to be moving faster with each passing day, there is something profoundly beautiful about the art of slowing down. As the years go by, you begin to realize that life isn't a race to be won or a list of tasks to be completed as quickly as possible. It's a journey meant to be savored, with all its subtleties and wonders waiting patiently to be noticed. When you're younger, it's easy to get caught up in the relentless pursuit of efficiency, speed, and productivity. Days blur together in a whirlwind of to-do lists, obligations, and deadlines. But as you age, you begin to see the beauty in a different pace of life, one that values presence over progress and experience over achievement. This shift doesn't happen all at once, but gradually, as you learn to embrace the slower rhythm that aging brings. You start to find joy in the small moments, the quiet rituals that once slipped by unnoticed at the rush of daily life. A steaming cup of morning coffee once gulped down on the way to work becomes an indulgent experience, a time to sit quietly and appreciate the warmth in your hands and the aroma filling the room. A simple walk in the park, which may have once felt like an obligation for exercise, transforms into a meditative stroll, where you notice the way the light filters through the trees or the gentle sound of birdsong. These moments, often overlooked in the hustle and bustle of youth, become cherished treasures. Slowing down also brings a gift that is often elusive in earlier years' presence. You begin to live more fully in each moment, no longer rushing from one thing to the next, ticking off boxes and chasing after the next achievement. Instead, you allow yourself to pause, to breathe, and to truly experience life as it happens. This sense of presence turns even the most ordinary moments into something extraordinary. A leisurely breakfast shared with a loved one, free from the frantic rush to get to work on time, becomes a space for connection and laughter. An afternoon spent tending to your garden, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin and the earth beneath your hands, becomes not just an activity but a deeply fulfilling encounter with nature. It's not that these moments have changed, they are, in many ways, the same simple pleasures that have always been available. What has transformed is your approach to them. When you're young, there's often an underlying urgency, a need to do more, be more, achieve more. Life feels like it's moving at a breakneck speed, and you're always trying to keep up, to fit as much as possible into each day. But as you grow older, something inside shifts. You begin to realize that the richness of life isn't found in how much you can cram into a single day, but in how fully you can immerse yourself in the experiences that matter most. This shift in pace allows for a deeper appreciation of life's moments, both big and small. The joy of a quiet afternoon spent reading a good book, where time seems to stretch out in front of you, becomes a sacred retreat rather than a stolen moment between obligations. A casual conversation with a friend once hurried or distracted turns into a meaningful exchange where you truly listen, engage, and connect. Each day becomes an opportunity to savor, rather than something to conquer. Slowing down also invites a kind of reflection that often goes unnoticed in the busyness of earlier years. When life is moving too quickly, it's easy to lose sight of your own needs, desires, and even identity. You become so focused on the roles you play, parent, partner, employee, caregiver, that your sense of self can get buried beneath the responsibilities. But as you age, and as the external pressures begin to ease, there's a beautiful opportunity to reconnect with yourself. You have the time and space to rediscover what truly brings you joy, what nourishes your soul, and what you need to feel fulfilled. This reconnection with yourself can feel like a coming home, a gentle unfolding of the layers that life has placed upon you over the years. You begin to prioritize not just the needs of others, but your well-being. Whether it's indulging in a hobby you've always loved but never had time for, or simply spending more time in quiet reflection, you start to carve out space for your happiness. There's a quiet wisdom that comes with this realization that taking time for yourself isn't selfish, but essential. It allows you to be more present not only for yourself, but for those you care about. And in this slowing down, in this deliberate embrace of a more measured pace, you find a deeper sense of peace and contentment. You realize that life is not about how fast you can move or how much you can accomplish, but about how fully you can live. It's about being present with the people you love, savoring the beauty of a sunset, or finding joy in the rhythm of your daily routine. It's about allowing yourself to simply be, without the pressure of constantly striving for more. So, as the years continue to unfold, embrace the beauty of slowing down. Let go of the need to rush through life, and instead, find joy in the moments that are right in front of you. Take time to savor each day, to appreciate the simple pleasures, and to reconnect with the things that truly matter. In doing so, you'll discover a richness in life that can only be found when you allow yourself to move at your own pace, fully present, fully alive, and fully yourself. 5. Cultivating gratitude. As the years pass, there's an undeniable shift in the way you experience life. And at the heart of that transformation is gratitude. It becomes more than just a fleeting emotion, it blossoms into a daily practice, an ever-present reminder of the beauty that surrounds you. With age, you begin to cultivate a deeper appreciation for the simple things, the sound of laughter shared with a loved one, the way the morning sun filters through the trees, and the feel of a warm cup of tea in your hands. These once overlooked moments now carry immense meaning, and you start to realize that life's true treasures are not found in grand achievements or material possessions, but in the quiet, everyday moments that are so easily taken for granted. Gratitude has a remarkable way of transforming your outlook on life. It gently shifts your focus from what's missing or imperfect to what's already present and abundant. In your younger years, it's easy to get caught up in the endless pursuit of more money, more success, more recognition. Society often measures worth by accumulation, urging you to chase after the next big thing, the next milestone. But as you age, something beautiful happens. You begin to realize that true happiness doesn't come from having more, it comes from fully appreciating what you already have. The need for external validation fades, replaced by a deep contentment rooted in gratitude for life's simplest pleasures. Imagine waking up in the morning, not with the immediate rush to dive into your day's tasks, but with a moment of pause, a moment of gratitude. Before you even step out of bed, you allow yourself to feel the softness of the sheets, the warmth of the sunlight streaming through your window, or the sound of birds greeting the day outside. These are the moments that, when appreciated, can set the tone for a day filled with positivity and peace. You begin to approach life with a sense of mindfulness, savoring each experience instead of rushing through it. This mindfulness, fueled by gratitude, helps you stay present, anchoring you in the here and now. Gratitude doesn't just transform the way you experience the world, it deepens your connections with the people in your life as well. With age, you become more acutely aware of how precious relationships are. Whether it's a bond that's been nurtured over decades, or a new friendship blossoming in the later stages of life, these connections take on a new significance. You start to see your loved ones not as fixtures in your life, but as true blessings, individuals who bring light, support, and joy into your days. The simple act of expressing gratitude for these relationships, of telling the people in your life how much they mean to you, strengthens the bond you share. Consider the relationships that have shaped your journey, perhaps a longtime friend who has walked beside you through life's many seasons, or a family member who has always been your anchor. Or maybe it's the joy of a new connection, a person who has recently entered your life and brought with them a sense of renewal and possibility. Regardless of the duration or nature of these relationships, you start to cherish them with a newfound depth. You understand that the true riches of life are not found in material wealth, but in the love, laughter, and support that flows from these meaningful connections. This awareness nurtures a sense of fulfillment that goes far beyond anything money or success could ever offer. Gratitude, however, is not about denying or ignoring life's challenges. It's about finding the silver linings, even amidst the difficulties. Life is never without its hardships, and with age, you've undoubtedly faced your share of them. But through gratitude, you gain the ability to recognize the good that exists even in the most trying times. Perhaps it's the strength you've discovered within yourself, or the way a difficult experience has deepened your understanding of what truly matters. Gratitude doesn't erase the pain of life's struggles, but it does offer you a way to navigate them with grace and resilience. It's about acknowledging that even in the darkest moments, there are still reasons to be thankful, whether it's the love of someone who stood by you, the lesson learned from a tough situation, or the simple fact that you've endured and emerged stronger. As you continue on your journey, you start to see that gratitude is not just a feeling, but a way of being. It becomes a lens through which you view the world, allowing you to find beauty in the smallest of things. The act of cultivating gratitude invites more joy, more peace, and more fulfillment into your life. It teaches you to slow down, to breathe, and to truly appreciate the life you're living, not as a series of goals to be achieved, but as a series of moments to be cherished. Take a moment to reflect on all that you have to be grateful for. Perhaps it's your health, the simple gift of being able to walk, breathe, and move through the world. Perhaps it's the people who fill your life with love, or the opportunities you've had to learn and grow. Maybe it's the beauty of nature, the way the changing seasons remind you of the constant cycles of life and renewal. Whatever it is, big or small, Allow yourself to feel the warmth that gratitude brings to your heart. In the end, cultivating gratitude is about living with an open heart. It's about acknowledging that, despite life's imperfections and challenges, there's always something to be thankful for. And in that acknowledgement, you find not only peace but a deeper sense of joy, a joy that comes not from chasing after more, but from appreciating all that you already have. 6. Passing down wisdom. As we age, one of the most fulfilling and meaningful gifts we acquire is the ability to share the wisdom we've gathered over the years. Life, with its twists and turns, teaches us so many valuable lessons that, when passed down, have the power to guide, uplift, and inspire others. Whether it's offering guidance to a child, mentoring a colleague, or simply being a compassionate listener for a friend, your life experiences hold immense value. You've walked through the fires of challenges and navigated the peaks and valleys of success and failure. And now you stand in a position to help others as they begin or continue their journey. There's an undeniable sense of purpose that comes from being a mentor, guide, or advisor. It's as if all the hardships you've endured, all the obstacles you've overcome, now serve a higher purpose, not only enriching your own life, but providing a source of strength for others. There's a quiet joy in knowing that your struggles, triumphs, and growth can now be offered as a guiding light for someone who may be standing where you once stood. The wisdom you've earned, sometimes through hardship and heartache, can ease another's burden, helping them avoid the missteps you made and empowering them to embrace life's opportunities with confidence and grace. Think about the conversations you've had with younger people, those moments where your insight has made a difference. Perhaps you've shared advice about navigating a challenging career path, or you've offered a word of encouragement to a new parent facing the sleepless nights and uncertainties you once knew so well. It might have been as simple as listening to a friend who's wrestling with the same doubts and fears that once kept you awake at night. Each of these moments is more than just a passing conversation, it's a profound exchange, where your lived experience becomes a gift, helping others see their journey in a new light. Passing down wisdom is not just about dispensing advice or providing solutions. It's about storytelling, about opening up the pages of your own life and sharing the lessons that came with the highs and the lows. It's about vulnerability and honesty, showing others that success is rarely a straight line, that mistakes are part of the process, and that there is always something to be learned. No matter where you are in life, when you share your journey with others, you're allowing them to see that they're not alone in their struggles, that the challenges they face are universal, and that there is always a way through. This role of mentor, guide, and wisdom sharer also deepens your connection to those around you. There's a unique bond that forms when you reach across generational lines, building a bridge that connects your experience to someone else's hopes and fears. In these moments, you're not just offering advice, you're creating a legacy, one that transcends time and place. Your words, your stories, and your lessons become a part of the tapestry of another person's life, woven into their journey in a way that may shape them for years to come. There's a deep satisfaction that comes from this realization that your life, with all its ups and downs, can be a source of empowerment for others. Whether it's helping someone find their footing in a new career, offering wisdom about love and relationships, or simply sharing your reflections on the joys and challenges of life, the impact you have can be profound. You're not just offering solutions to problems, you're showing others the richness of experience, the beauty of resilience, and the power of perseverance. And in doing so, you're helping them navigate their path with a little more clarity, a little more confidence, and a little more hope. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment on number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Consider the ripple effect of this exchange of wisdom. The advice you offer today may help someone overcome a challenge they're facing tomorrow. The lessons you share from your own life may inspire someone to take a leap of faith or to approach a difficult situation with more patience and understanding. This is the beauty of passing down wisdom. It creates ripples that extend far beyond your own life, touching the lives of others in ways you may never fully see or understand. And yet, there's comfort in knowing that the impact is there, a quiet but powerful legacy that lives on in the hearts and minds of those you've influenced. But perhaps the most profound aspect of sharing wisdom is how it allows you to reflect on your journey with new eyes. As you recount the lessons you've learned, you gain a deeper appreciation for your resilience and growth. You begin to see that even the most difficult chapters of your life had a purpose, shaping you into the person you are today, someone with the strength, compassion, and insight to help others. This reflection can bring a deep sense of fulfillment, as you recognize that your life, in all its complexity, has meaning not just for you, but for those who walk beside you or follow in your footsteps. Passing down wisdom is a beautiful reminder that no experience is wasted. Every challenge you've faced, every triumph you've celebrated, and every lesson you've learned along the way becomes part of the legacy you leave behind. It's a legacy that isn't built on material wealth or worldly success, but on the love, knowledge, and insight you've shared with others. And in the end, that is the greatest gift you can give. So embrace this role as a wisdom sharer, knowing that your life holds immense value not just for you, but for everyone you touch, whether through a heartfelt conversation, a thoughtful piece of advice, or simply being there for someone when they need you most. You have the power to make a difference. And in doing so, you create a lasting impact that will carry on long after you've left this world, a legacy of love, connection, and wisdom that will inspire generations to come. 7. Rediscovering Passions. As we move through the later stages of life, a beautiful opportunity unfolds, one that offers us the chance to reconnect with the passions that perhaps were set aside during the busier, more demanding years. Whether it's a long-held dream, a creative hobby, or a cause close to your heart, aging provides the perfect moment to dive back into the things that ignite your spirit. With fewer obligations and more time to focus on what truly matters to you, this phase of life can be an exciting rediscovery of yourself, a period of growth, creativity, and profound joy. For many, the years leading up to retirement or semi-retirement are filled with the responsibilities of careers, raising families, and meeting the various demands of everyday life. It's easy to lose sight of the personal passions that once brought a spark to your heart. But as the pace of life slows down, there's a renewed sense of freedom to explore the interests that may have been waiting patiently on the sidelines. The beauty of this time is that it's not just about filling the days, but about rediscovering the activities and dreams that truly enrich your soul. Think back to those things you've always wanted to try but never quite had the time for. Perhaps there's an artist in you who has been waiting for the right moment to emerge, an urge to paint, sculpt, or craft something that reflects your inner world. Maybe you've dreamed of traveling to new and faraway places, immersing yourself in different cultures, or reconnecting with nature in ways you haven't before. Or maybe you felt the call to volunteer for a cause that speaks to your heart, knowing that your life experience and perspective can make a real difference in the lives of others. Whatever the passion, this season of life offers you the freedom to pursue it without the constraints of earlier stages. Rediscovering your passions isn't just about passing the time, it's about nourishing your spirit. When you immerse yourself in activities that bring you joy, creativity, and meaning, you're doing more than simply keeping busy. You're actively enriching your inner life and finding fulfillment in ways that are deeply personal and profound. The joy that comes from these pursuits can breathe new life into your days, adding excitement, curiosity, and a renewed sense of purpose to your journey. Perhaps there's a book inside of you, waiting to be written, a story that's been building in your heart over the years, shaped by your experiences and wisdom. Or maybe you've always wanted to learn to play an instrument, create a garden, or explore photography. These dreams, which may have seemed distant or unattainable in earlier years, now have the space to come to life. You have the time, the wisdom, and the freedom to pursue these passions with a deeper understanding of what truly matters to you. And that's the key. Aging gracefully means permitting yourself to fully embrace these passions without guilt, hesitation, or the pressure of outside expectations. This time is yours. It's a time when you've earned the right to focus on what lights you up, what makes you come alive, and what brings you a sense of peace and fulfillment. The perspective that comes with age allows you to approach these pursuits with a richer, more thoughtful mindset. You're no longer driven by the need for success or recognition now. It's about the pure joy of doing something that brings meaning to your life. Whether your passion lies in creative expression, physical activity, intellectual exploration, or spiritual growth, each new pursuit has the potential to add layers of richness to your life. Imagine the satisfaction of picking up a brush and expressing your inner thoughts through painting, or the exhilaration of traveling to a place you've always dreamed of visiting, walking unfamiliar streets, tasting new foods, and expanding your horizons. Or consider the quiet joy of volunteering, knowing that your time and energy are making a difference in a community or cause that truly matters to you. The passions you pursue during this time not only bring joy and fulfillment, but they also give you a renewed sense of purpose. It's easy to think of purpose as something tied to work or external responsibilities, but in truth, purpose is deeply personal. It's about what makes you feel alive, what makes you want to get up in the morning with the sense of excitement and curiosity. These passions can do just that. They remind you that life is still full of possibilities and that there is always something new to explore, learn, or create. In rediscovering your passions, you also reconnect with yourself on a deeper level. You begin to understand more fully who you are beyond the roles you've played in earlier life. It's a time of self-reflection, self-expression, and self-fulfillment, where the focus shifts from external achievements to internal joy. You have the opportunity to explore what truly makes your soul sing, without the constraints of time, societal expectations, or the need to prove anything to anyone. So, whether you're picking up a long-forgotten hobby, learning something entirely new, or dedicating yourself to a cause that's close to your heart, this is your time. It's a time to celebrate the freedom that comes with aging. Explore your passions fully, and embrace the joy that comes from doing what you love. In the words of poet Mary Oliver, tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Let this be the time when you answer that question by diving into your passions with an open heart and a curious spirit, knowing that this journey of rediscovery is one of the greatest gifts of growing older. 8. Strengthening emotional resilience. As the years unfold, one of the most profound gifts that aging brings is the deepening of emotional resilience. Life, with all its unpredictability and challenges, has taught you lessons that go far beyond what any book or classroom could offer. You've faced the inevitable storms that come with being human: loss, disappointment, uncertainty, and change. And through it all, you've emerged stronger, more grounded, and more resilient. This resilience is not simply about surviving difficult times, it's about thriving in the face of them, and understanding that while life's trials are unavoidable, they do not define you. In youth, challenges can often feel overwhelming, as if each obstacle is a mountain that might be impossible to climb. The intensity of emotions during tough times can be paralyzing. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt may cloud your vision, making it difficult to see beyond the immediate struggle. But as you grow older, something remarkable happens. The emotional landscape shifts. The difficulties you've faced in the past become touchstones of strength, reminders that you've weathered the storm before, and you will do so again. You learn that no matter how fierce the winds, they eventually pass, and what remains is your unshakable core, the inner strength that grows with each experience. This strengthening of emotional resilience is one of the most valuable tools you carry with you as you age. It allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and steadiness that may have seemed elusive in your younger years. You've come to understand that difficult times are a part of the human experience, an inevitable aspect of living fully. But rather than being overwhelmed by these challenges, you've developed the ability to face them head-on. You've learned to sit with discomfort, to trust in your capacity to endure, and to believe in the light at the end of even the darkest tunnel. The beauty of this emotional resilience is that it not only helps you cope with adversity, but also enhances your ability to recover, bounce back, and rediscover joy after hardship. In earlier years, setbacks may have felt like permanent derailments, but with age, you begin to see them as temporary detours, painful, yes, but ultimately part of the journey. This shift in perspective allows you to embrace life with greater confidence, knowing that while you cannot control every situation, you can control how you respond to it. And that response, rooted in resilience, is what makes all the difference. You think of the challenges you've overcome in your life, the losses you've grieved, the disappointments you've faced, the moments of doubt and uncertainty that once seemed insurmountable. Each of those experiences has contributed to the deep well of inner strength you now possess. It's as if every obstacle you've encountered has fortified your spirit, making you more capable of handling whatever comes your way. This is not to say that difficulties no longer affect you, they do, but the way you move through them has evolved. You no longer react with panic or fear. Instead, you draw on your past experiences to guide you through, trusting in your resilience and wisdom. This emotional resilience also brings with it a powerful sense of self-assurance. You've come to realize that while life may throw unexpected challenges your way, you have the tools to handle them. You've developed the ability to adapt, to stay grounded, and to find strength amid uncertainty. This calm confidence doesn't mean you're immune to stress or hardship. It means you've learned how to weather it with grace, how to bend without breaking, and how to move forward even when the path ahead is unclear. As you age, this resilience becomes a quiet but constant companion, helping you navigate not only the big challenges but also the small, everyday frustrations that once might have thrown you off balance. You no longer sweat the small stuff as much because you've gained perspective. You understand that life's little inconveniences are just that little. They're not worth the emotional energy they once demanded, and you can brush them off more easily. This perspective, born from years of experience, allows you to conserve your energy for what truly matters: your relationships, your passions, and your peace of mind. At the same time, emotional resilience also enhances your capacity for joy. It may seem paradoxical, but those who have faced life's difficulties often find that they are more attuned to its beauty. Having experienced loss, you appreciate love more deeply. Having faced adversity, you cherish peace more fully. Each moment of joy becomes that much sweeter because you know from experience how precious and fleeting it can be. This resilience gives you the strength not only to endure hardship, but also to embrace happiness with open arms when it comes your way. Perhaps one of the most significant aspects of emotional resilience is the wisdom it brings, the understanding that difficult times, while challenging, are temporary. You no longer fear the unknown with the same intensity because you've learned that you can handle uncertainty. You've built a foundation of trust in yourself, knowing that even when life doesn't go according to plan, you have the strength to adapt, adjust, and keep moving forward. This wisdom allows you to approach life's challenges not with dread, but with a quiet assurance that you are more than capable of navigating whatever comes your way. And this is the ultimate reminder that emotional resilience offers life may not always be easy, but you are strong enough to handle it. You have been shaped by your experiences, both good and bad, and they have made you who you are today, a person of strength, wisdom, and grace. No matter what the future holds, you carry within you a wellspring of resilience that will continue to support you, guide you, and help you find joy, even in the most difficult times. So, as you continue on this journey of life, embrace the resilience you've built. Let it be a source of pride, a reminder of all you've overcome, and a beacon of hope for the future. With this resilience, you can face whatever challenges come your way, knowing that you have the strength, wisdom, and courage to handle them all. 9. Fostering deeper connections. One of the most beautiful and fulfilling aspects of getting older is the deepening of your connections with others. As the years pass, your perspective on relationships begins to shift, and with that shift comes a greater understanding of what truly matters in the people you surround yourself with. The superficial friendships and casual acquaintances that once filled your social circle become less important, and instead, you find yourself craving relationships that offer depth, authenticity, and mutual support. Aging, in this sense, brings clarity. It allows you to focus on the quality of your relationships rather than the quantity, and in doing so, it opens the door to profound, meaningful connections that enrich your life. Over time, you've likely learned that the joy of life doesn't come from how many people you know, but from the strength and authenticity of the bonds you share with a select few. Genuine relationships, built on trust, empathy, and mutual understanding, become the foundation of your emotional well-being. Whether it's reconnecting with old friends who have shared your history, nurturing the bonds you have with family, or opening your heart to new relationships with like-minded individuals, these connections add a profound sense of belonging and fulfillment. They provide you with a network of love and support that becomes even more valuable as the years go by. As you age, you may also find that your communication skills have evolved, allowing for more open, honest, and meaningful conversations. In youth, interactions may have been colored by ego, insecurity, or the desire to impress, but as you grow older, you become more comfortable in your skin. This confidence translates into the way you relate to others. You learn to speak more from the heart, to listen deeply, and to connect on a level that goes beyond small talk. The ability to engage in these more honest and empathetic interactions creates a richness in your relationships that is difficult to achieve when you're younger. Think about the joy that comes from a heart-to-heart conversation with a close friend, where you feel truly seen and understood, or the sense of connection you experience when spending time with family, where shared history and love create an unbreakable bond. These moments are no longer fleeting interactions, they are deeply meaningful exchanges that add layers of joy and purpose to your life. And as you age, you start to prioritize these moments more, recognizing that they are what truly matters. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Forming new relationships in this phase of life can also be incredibly rewarding. As you grow older, you tend to gravitate toward people who share your values, interests, and perspectives, leading to friendships that are built on common ground. These relationships often feel more natural and authentic, as they are formed with the understanding that life is about mutual respect and shared experience, rather than convenience or superficial attraction. The connections you form now are often deeper and more nourishing, as you've developed the discernment to choose relationships that truly enrich your life. Nurturing family bonds becomes even more important as you age. Whether it's with your children, grandchildren, siblings, or extended family, these relationships are often at the core of your sense of belonging. Family ties have a unique power. They are woven through shared experiences, love, and sometimes even conflict, but they remain a constant source of support throughout life's changes. As you age, you may find yourself drawn to strengthen these bonds, finding comfort and joy in the simple act of being together, sharing memories, and creating new ones. And with this deepening of connections, you gain a sense of emotional resilience that makes the inevitable challenges of life easier to navigate. When you have a network of strong, supportive relationships, you don't have to face life's difficulties alone. You have people to lean on, people who understand you, and people who offer love and support when you need it most. These relationships become a vital part of your emotional well-being, providing you with a sense of security and peace that enhances your ability to weather life's storms. This is one of the greatest joys of aging gracefully, the realization that life is not about outward appearances or meeting societal expectations. It's about the relationships you build, the love you give and receive, and the connections that bring meaning to your days. Aging gracefully is about embracing this deeper understanding, celebrating the wisdom you've gained, and letting go of the pressures to conform to superficial standards of success or beauty. It's about appreciating the journey you've been on, understanding that each wrinkle, each gray hair, and each chapter of your life tells a story. These physical changes are not something to hide or be ashamed of. They are symbols of a life well lived, filled with experiences, lessons, and relationships that have shaped you into the person you are today. As you continue to foster these deeper connections, you are building a legacy that extends beyond your own life. The love, wisdom, and kindness you offer to others will ripple out into the world, touching the lives of those you care about and creating a lasting impact that will be remembered long after you're gone. This is the true beauty of aging gracefully, knowing that your life has touched others in meaningful ways and that your presence in their lives has made a difference. So, as you embrace the gift of growing older, celebrate the deeper connections you've nurtured along the way. Cherish the people who matter most to you, invest time and energy in those relationships, and continue to build new ones that bring joy and fulfillment. Life is not about the number of years you've lived, but the quality of the connections you've made along the way. And in those connections, you will find the true essence of joy, purpose, and love. As we journey through life, aging gracefully offers us so many gifts: emotional resilience, deeper connections, gratitude, the opportunity to rediscover passions, and the joy of passing down wisdom. Each stage of life brings its unique lessons, and it's through embracing these lessons that we can live with more authenticity, purpose, and fulfillment. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far? Is there one thing from today's reflections that resonated with you? Perhaps it's fostering deeper connections, rediscovering a long-lost passion, or embracing emotional resilience. Take a moment to share in the comments below one thing you've learned and will bring into practice in your own life. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our future content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.